Gang stalking is a scary form of harassment. It involves a coordinated effort by a group of people to target an individual with the intent to cause fear, distress, and confusion. This form of harassment is often relentless and can be incredibly damaging to the victim's mental and emotional well-being. Imagine a group of people ganging up on you. They follow you wherever you go, making you feel like you are constantly being watched. This can happen in public places like streets or parks, and even in private spaces, such as your home or workplace. The feeling of being perpetually monitored can be overwhelming and terrifying. They spread nasty rumors to ruin your reputation. These rumors can be about anything, from your personal life to your professional conduct. The goal is to isolate you from your social circles and make you feel alienated. This can lead to a loss of trust in those around you, as you begin to question who is involved in the harassment. They might even try to sabotage your work or relationships. This could involve tampering with your projects, spreading lies to your colleagues, or creating conflicts in your personal life. The aim is to destabilize every aspect of your life, making it difficult for you to function normally. It can feel like everyone is against you. The constant pressure and suspicion can lead to paranoia, making you feel like you can't trust anyone. This can be incredibly isolating, as you withdraw from social interactions to protect yourself from further harm. This constant fear and intimidation is what makes gang stalking so damaging. The psychological toll can be immense, leading to anxiety, depression, and even post-traumatic stress disorder. The victim is left in a state of perpetual fear, unsure of when or where the next attack will come from. Victims often feel isolated and alone. The sense of being targeted by a group can make it difficult to reach out for help, as the victim may fear that others won't believe them, or that the harassment will escalate if they speak out. This isolation can exacerbate the emotional and psychological damage. The goal is to control and silence the victim. By instilling fear and uncertainty, the perpetrators aim to dominate the victim's life, making them feel powerless and voiceless. This control can extend to various aspects of the victim's life, including their thoughts, actions, and interactions with others. Gang stalking is a serious form of abuse, often with lasting emotional and psychological effects. The trauma inflicted can take years to heal, and in some cases, the scars may never fully fade. It's important to recognize the signs of gang stalking and seek help if you or someone you know is being targeted. No one should have to endure such relentless and malicious harassment. Now let's talk about narcissism. Narcissists crave attention and admiration. They need to feel important and powerful. This need for constant validation is what we call narcissistic supply. Think of it like this. Narcissists feed off the energy and emotions of others. They get a boost from feeling superior, in control, and admired. On the other hand, they crumble when faced with criticism or indifference. So, what's the link between gang stalking and narcissistic supply? Gang stalking is often orchestrated by someone with narcissistic traits. By turning others against the victim, the narcissist gets to feel powerful and in control. They manipulate people into becoming their flying monkeys, helpers who carry out their dirty work. The narcissist thrives on the drama and chaos they create. Seeing the victim suffer actually fuels their sense of self-importance. Let's say a coworker, John, exhibits narcissistic traits. He often seeks admiration and validation from others, and he has an inflated sense of his own importance. John believes he is superior to his colleagues and deserves special treatment. This attitude often leads him to manipulate situations to his advantage. One day, John feels threatened by a colleague, Sarah, who is up for a promotion. Sarah is known for her hard work, dedication, and competence. She has built a solid reputation in the company, and many believe she is the right person for the promotion. However, John sees Sarah as a direct threat to his own ambitions. Instead of competing fairly, John starts a smear campaign. He begins to spread false rumors and negative information about Sarah. He whispers in the ears of other colleagues, planting seeds of doubt about her abilities and character. John is strategic in his approach, choosing his words carefully to ensure maximum impact. He spreads rumors about Sarah's work ethic and competence. He tells others that she is not as dedicated as she appears, that she cuts corners, and that she has made several mistakes that have gone unnoticed. These rumors start to circulate around the office, and soon, Sarah's once sterling reputation begins to tarnish. He gossips with other colleagues, turning them against her. John makes sure to approach those who are influential in the office, knowing that their opinions carry weight. He manipulates conversations to ensure that Sarah is seen in a negative light. As more people start to believe the rumors, Sarah finds herself increasingly isolated. John might even sabotage Sarah's projects, making her look bad in front of superiors. He could tamper with her documents, delete important files, or mess up her desk to create confusion. These actions are designed to make Sarah appear incompetent and unreliable, further damaging her chances of getting the promotion. As Sarah's reputation suffers, John gets to bask in the narcissistic supply. He enjoys the chaos he has created and feels a sense of power and control. Sarah, on the other hand, becomes increasingly stressed and frustrated. She struggles to understand why her colleagues have turned against her and why her work is being sabotaged. He feels powerful seeing her career crumble. For John, this is a victory. He has successfully eliminated his competition without having to prove his own worth. The smear campaign has allowed him to maintain his inflated self-image and continue to seek admiration from others. Meanwhile, Sarah is left to pick up the pieces of her shattered career, wondering how things went so wrong. Section 5 example, community harassment. Here's another scenario. Imagine a neighbor, Lisa, with a narcissistic personality disorder. Lisa has always been the center of attention in her social circles, and she thrives on the admiration and validation she receives from others. However, her need for control and dominance often leads her to manipulate those around her. One day, she decides that another resident, Mark, has wronged her, perhaps by disagreeing with her about something trivial. It could be a minor dispute over a parking spot or a difference in opinion about a community event. To Lisa, any challenge to her authority is unacceptable. Lisa, seeking revenge and narcissistic supply, turns other neighbors against Mark. She starts by subtly planting seeds of doubt in their minds, making offhand comments about Mark's behavior or questioning his intentions. Her goal is to isolate him and make him the target of the community's disdain. She spreads lies about him, claiming he's dangerous or unstable. She might say that he's been acting erratically or that he's a threat to the safety of the neighborhood. These fabrications are designed to create fear and mistrust among the residents. To further her agenda, she might vandalize his property or make harassing phone calls. She could damage his car, break his windows, or leave threatening messages. These actions are meant to intimidate Mark and make him feel unsafe in his own home. As the community turns on Mark, Lisa feels a surge of narcissistic supply. She revels in the chaos she has created and the power she holds over the situation. Mark, on the other hand, becomes increasingly isolated and stressed, unsure of how to defend himself against the onslaught of harassment. She enjoys the feeling of control and the attention she receives for being the victim. In her mind, she has successfully positioned herself as the wronged party, garnering sympathy and support from the community. This dynamic allows her to maintain her status and continue manipulating those around her. Meanwhile, Mark may seek help from authorities or try to clear his name, but the damage has already been done. The community's perception of him has been tainted, and it can be incredibly challenging to rebuild trust once it has been broken. This example highlights the devastating impact that community harassment can have on an individual's life. It's crucial for communities to be aware of these dynamics and to foster an environment where open communication and mutual respect are prioritized. By addressing conflicts directly and fairly, and by supporting those who are targeted, communities can prevent the kind of toxic behavior exhibited by individuals like Lisa. Building a strong, supportive community requires effort from everyone involved. It's about creating a culture of kindness, understanding, and cooperation. When neighbors look out for one another and stand up against harassment, they can create a safe and welcoming environment for all. Section 6. The power of projection. Projection is a common tactic used by those engaging in gang stalking. They accuse the victim of the very things they are guilty of themselves. For example, a narcissist might accuse the victim of being manipulative or attention-seeking. This deflects attention from their own manipulative behavior and feeds their need to feel superior. Section 7. Why gang stalking is a form of abuse. It's crucial to understand that gang stalking is a form of abuse. It's a violation of someone's sense of safety and security. Victims often experience anxiety, depression, and PTSD. The psychological effects can be devastating. Victims may start to doubt their own sanity, making it even harder to reach out for help. Section 8. Protecting yourself. Knowledge is power. If you believe you are a victim of gang stalking, the first step is to educate yourself. Understanding the dynamics of narcissistic abuse can empower you. Keep detailed records of the harassment. This documentation can be helpful if you need to involve law enforcement or seek legal advice. Section 9. Seeking support and validation. Remember, you are not alone. There are resources available to help victims of gang stalking. Reach out to a therapist or counselor specializing in trauma and abuse. Support groups can also provide a safe space to share your experiences and connect with others who understand. It's essential to surround yourself with people you trust. Sharing your story with loved ones can provide much-needed emotional support and validation.